Yep, I've got my own built-in microphone. Okay, well, as you guys know, this is Chase, and I'm Pastor Earl. And Chase, this is actually a magic trick that Chase invented. Okay, so he created it, and we're going to go through this. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. In the Bible, there's a story about Jesus that he was at the Sea of Galilee, and he was standing on the shore, and there were like tons of people all around him. And they kept coming in, gathering around him, and nobody could see Jesus because there were so many people. But Jesus wanted to teach them something. And so Jesus went around and he saw two boats, fishing boats that were sitting there on the seashore. And so he got in one of the boats, had Peter push him out into the water. So now Jesus was out in the water and people could see him, and Jesus started teaching. And then Jesus looked over and he saw the disciples over. They were cleaning their nets. They had been out fishing all night long, and they were cleaning their nets. And Jesus looked over at them and said, Peter, I want you to take your boats out, and I want you to take your nets, and I want you to cast the nets into the water again. And Peter looked at Jesus and said, but Jesus, we've been fishing all night long. We've been taking our nets and we've been dipping it into the water and pulling it back out, putting it into the water, pulling it back out, and we haven't caught anything, not even a minnow. And Jesus said to Peter, Peter, I want you to throw your nets into the water again. And so just as they threw the nets into the water, all of a sudden they felt tugging and the ropes getting tight, and they felt it all squirming around, and they lifted it up. And when they lifted up the nets, the fish were full inside the net. There were tons and tons of fish. They were all in the nets. They were overflowing. There were so many fish. They called the other boat over and they filled both boats up with fish. And Simon Peter then went to Jesus. They got back on shore, went to Jesus and knelt down before Jesus and said, Jesus, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Please leave. Go away. I can't stand being around all this holiness. This miracle happened. This big, impossible miracle happened. And Peter said, I can't take it. Go away. And Jesus looked at Peter and said, Peter, from now on, I want you to come and follow me. And then you can become a fisher of men and women and boys and girls. Jesus wanted Peter to follow him, to go out and fish for men and women, to tell them about Jesus. And you know what? That's what Jesus is telling all of us to do. He wants all of us to be fishers of men and women and boys and girls and go out and tell others about Jesus. So I challenge you to go out and fill your nets full of people by telling them about Jesus.